Alright, so I visited my friend's house yesterday and I got my monitor back. Now I'm gonna unpack it and complete my setup. I feel so much more productive when I have my complete setup with me. About the Copilot, by the way, I've done a decent amount of progress in the past 1 week. So first I'm gonna show you all the things that I did and then we're gonna try to get some work done for today. Let's start the video. So I remember in the last video we had completed the entire setup of our project. We had a backend server running, we also had a front-end server. In our backend we were using AppleScript to get a list of all the Chrome windows. We were also able to open or close them with just one click. However, when I tried to replicate the same functionality for VS Code, I ran into a problem because VS Code was not actually accessible using AppleScript. The reason for that is in the way VS Code is implemented. VS Code is a Electron.js app, and the way that is implemented is that there is a main process of Electron.js that runs, and then it creates multiple sub-processes which runs the VS Code renderer functions. Now, I don't know a lot about all of this, but all I know is that I won't get access to the sub-processes. Therefore, using AppleScript, it was not possible for me to open or close VS Code windows. So I had to think of some other ways. The first thing that I did is I tried to see if I can modify the code of VS Code. However, that looked very intimidating. I also checked a bunch of issues, tried to see if someone did the same thing, but couldn't get anything done from there. And then I went to ChatGPT and asked it to get a solution for my problem, but again, I was lost completely. So eventually, after all of this research, I was about to give up, but then I just randomly came up with a very weird solution for this problem. Well, the solution lies in the fact that you can run the command code from a terminal and then it would open the VS Code window. So for example, I have this VS Code running in the folder Copilot for Life. If I go to the folder Copilot for Life and then run the command code in the terminal, you would see that my previously minimized window is now in the focus again. So I'm gonna use this hack. To create the kind of functionality that I want in my app. The idea is very simple. I'm going to create a VS Code extension that will send the path of the folder to the server, and then on the server I'm gonna spawn a new child process and run the command code on that folder that would maximize and bring the VS Code window to the foreground. Yes, this is a very hacky way, but this is the best solution I could come up after doing 1 week of research. So for today, we have to essentially try to do two things. The first one is to implement this, and the second one is to work on the GUI if we have enough time. So let's start coding. Alright, so I've done a lot of work and now I think the backend part of the app is complete. Let me quickly show you how everything looks right now. So this is our simple Express.js server. I've added a post route using which you can open or close different windows. The Express server is currently running on port 3001. I'm gonna restart the server for you guys, and as you can see in the console, the message says that the server is running at port 3001. Now I'm gonna go to the extension. The extension code is pretty much the same. I'm gonna start the extension server, and as soon as I start the extension server, I get a different VS Code window that is opened up for me. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start the extension in this window, and as I start the extension, I can see the messages in the console which says that the path has been sent successfully to the server. So we're gonna go to the Express server and look at the terminal, and as we can see, a new extension client was connected, and then after adding the path, the extension automatically disconnects itself. So we're gonna go to the Postman, and I'm gonna show you guys the list of all the currently running VS Code and Chrome windows. So right now we only have one VS Code window running. That is because extension is only running in one window right now. After this, we can also make a post request to the API, and in the post request body, we just need to provide the title of the window that we want to open and the type, if it's a VS Code or a Chrome window. The title we can get from the GET request, as I showed you already. If I hit the send button, the Postman will make a post request to the API and the VS Code window should automatically open up. and as you can see, the VS Code opened up as soon as I hit the send button. So that means everything is working absolutely fine. The way that is being handled in code is very simple. We just have a simple if else statement. If the window type is Chrome, then we run the app script code, and if the window type is VS Code, then we create a new terminal, spawn a new process, and then terminate the terminal, and that's how we are able to open and close multiple VS Code or Chrome windows together. So the backend part of the code is completely done, but now we need to work on the front end of the app because it's completely empty right now. But right now it's 2:10 and I haven't had anything to eat since mornings. So I'm gonna go out, get some groceries, cook some food, and then we're gonna work on the front end part of the app.